Now this is day 2 of photo bootcamp series, and we'll be taking a closer look at gthumb, which is a viewer and basic photo editor. So we'll go ahead and get started with the gthumb, and I will just go to the file folder downloads, where I have 4 pictures that I've for demonstration purposes. So first you can click on one of the photos, and then you can get into this menu system here, whether there is if you click on this hamburger menu, there is a preferences, and this is what I do. So you can basically you can modify to your liking, but default is that there is a viewer these pictures on the bottom, but I prefer to be on the side, and everything else you can go to the folders that you always have pictures in, for example, and then I basically go to the browser, and it's important to go ahead and only have a name. Click caption name, so it gives you this the title of the file, and I prefer single. Viewer I think is fit to window, if larger is fine. Presentation, usually I don't deal with that. And saving, I prefer default setting of my setting photos in small non-capital JPG files and 100, and then optimize and progressive is both clicked. Shortcuts, you just notice then basic default shortcut is if you just tap on a G key, it opens up GIMP, and that I use it fairly frequently. And duplicate also is Control D, is if you want to duplicate a photo, because this gthumb is destructive. In other words, if you go ahead and change this photo that's here to black and white, and then you go ahead and save it, your original color is gone. So if you want to make sure that there is a duplicate that you prefer, you want to use the duplicate, Control D. Extension I just prefer not to have the turn off 23 and burn CD and DVD and so on, but I don't think there's anything web album I want it off also. So, and then I think everything is all pretty much set as far as preferences. So when you look at this basic main screen here, and then this viewer, if you don't want this small thumbnails, there is, I believe it's F8 that toggles on and off. And then here you have basic editing tools here, but if you want to go ahead and want a lot more detail on this photo, for example, if you just tap on I key, it gives you a lot of information: name of the file, size, and the control of the camera that was used. For example, shutter speed was 1/500th of a second, ISO was 100, and then exif is the Olympus camera was used. The model is C3040Z. So if you just want to go back to the editing tool, you just push an the E key. So now this 4 pictures I took earlier this morning, and then you can see there is a bridge in the background and the jogger going across, but my camera, I wanted to mainly focus on these branches here, so it's not a mistake. So these are sharp, everything else is blurry. Now here, the horizontal plane is a little bit skewed, so one of the first things that I usually like to do in a photo like this is just click on rotate, and then you can use a left or right arrow to make a fine control. So I think this is great. So I can go ahead and make it almost even, fairly flat. So, and then you can go ahead and accept, and then it's straightened out significantly. Now if you want to save it, overwrite it, so you can go ahead and save it. Okay, so, and then you can adjust other things that you can adjust. Is you can make it gray and so on, gray, black and white I should say, and then you can just click out escape, and then automatically contrast. I don't find it particularly helpful, but it may be a quick and easy, dirty way, and just again escape. And then this I find very helpful is just color curves. And you may find this is a little too dark overall, so what you may want to do is just go ahead and grab the middle of the curve here, line, and just bring it up. And you can affect darker side of the photo more by doing this, and make it darker, for example, or you can just go ahead and affect the lighter side and do that. And so for example, you can put it there, and you can also have another point, so you can just go ahead and darker side, make it a little darker, and I think this looks pretty good. And if you want to just remove the point, the point here, so you can just go ahead, right click on the mouse, and it just releases it all. So that's how you can basically, and for this photo I'll just go ahead and make it a little lighter overall, and then we can go ahead and accept, and then you can go ahead and save it. So that's been saved. Now the I think the next one you can see that I took this morning, and you can see that this is sort of curved here and here, and in reality this was all straight, but this is a fairly common in old cameras, cheap cameras, although mine was not cheap when it first came out. So and to correct that, I find that you can't do it with the tools that's been provided here, gthumb. So you can simply just tap on G key, and then it gets you into the GIMP. And GIMP has very nice tools, and it's very a lot of things that it can do. But for my purposes, usually in a situation like this, I go to filters, and then go to distorts, and then lens distortion, and then you can take a close look, and then I know by habit that if I go this way to minus, it tends to straighten it out. So you can go ahead and see where it's good, and you can obviously overdo it here, and you can, so here it's everything should be fairly straight reasonably, and you can just take a look at this horizontal line, and this is much improved. So let's just see if you can. To me this looks very good. So then once you have the distortion, then you can say okay, and then if you're satisfied, then you go to file and then overwrite. So what they will do is, we'll go ahead and keep the quality 100% and export. What they will do is it affect this picture now in gthumb is much more straighter, is significantly improved, and it's also saved that way. So I think that demonstrates how effective this tool can be in using GIMP. And then here I think, well, let me just go to the next photo here, and we can go to here. And here I put that in particularly for two reasons. Here, one is that I'll probably want to make a duplicate, Control D. So there's two of them now, and then this one I can simply demonstrate how to make it simple black and white. And then you can see that the color of this person's face is disappeared, and we can go ahead and accept, and then save. So now we converted the color photo into black and white, and so now we can go to this one here, which is I made a duplicate, so I want to just again demonstrate the crop rotate tool, and again just the left and right arrow key, or you can just go ahead and 90 degree, and I don't know why you would want to do that, but I think that those are the things that you can do to improve your photos and experiment using GIMP, using a gthumb. And I would say that 90% of my photos, I think that gthumb is just makes it much more organized and looks better to me. And then 10% I use GIMP for focal layer masking or lens correction, lens distortion, as I demonstrated. And I think I would probably just go ahead and end there.